We are going to be talking about how to start a business. What's going on, guys? My name is Brando Linick, and if you're looking at getting involved in business, becoming your own entrepreneur, you've come to the right place. Now, the example I'm going to use in this business model review, yes, this is a review, we're going to talk about how to start a funeral home business. Now, it's not too complicated and complex. You do have to network with a lot of people. I'm going to share with you my experience having friends of mine, business associates of mine that I have a privilege and honor to have gotten around over the last couple of years, having been in business myself, who have done this, all right, and having seen them start from the ground up. It's all about networking. I mean, if you're good with communicating with people, if you can network with people who are good at woodworks, all right, who can create caskets, people who, all right, are good with arts like that, woodworking arts, then first off, you're good, all right, because you can create, I mean, you don't have to do this, but you can have a little bit more income stream coming in if you've partnered up with someone who's good into woodworking to offer caskets, okay, so ready-made caskets for you. But that said, with a funeral home business, it's all about networking with hospitals, all right? Most of the time, sad enough, but people pass away in hospitals like 99.9% of time, and that's where they'll go after they pass. So, well, you're waiting for like an autopsy report just to see what happened to them. When it comes to this, what you need to do is build relationships with as many physicians, all right, as many nurses and doctors as you can. Obviously, you want to go to the CFO of a hospital, and therefore you can offer your services or see if you can offer your services inside the hospital as a third-party reference. So if someone passes away, nurses and doctors can reference you to that family, okay? And every time they do that, you can cut a commission for the hospital, and you can also cut a commission, obviously, for yourself, so you get paid. But that, in essence, is the simple process a friend of mine used to get started. All he did was, honestly, he didn't build relationships with woodworkers, all right, to make caskets. That was a third-party source that he would call in and buy the casket and mark it up retail price. But, you know, sometimes families want to take that on. But how he did this was he just built relationships with the CFOs and COOs, chief operating officers of hospitals, all right, in his city. So that's how he did it, and it served him well. I mean, he's still running his business today. So, and in essence, you can do that too. You can connect with people, all right, on LinkedIn who are part of management on a board of directors with, you know, hospitals, and you can do it that way. There's different ways you could do it. You could just go do a meeting with people, okay? There's many approaches you can take when it comes to building relationships with people in the hospital field. So I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, comment below, but that is really the core component that's going to drive you and your business with a funeral home. You can start it from the ground up. You can have your own storefront, but if you don't have any leverage there and you don't know how to acquire customers, then it's going to require an advertising marketing budget. And if you don't have that, the best route to take is just building relationships through the hospital. So hope you enjoyed this. If in addition to this video you'd like to learn more about building a business, then if you stick with me here over the next minute and a half, I'm going to add something to this video that can save you a long time of blood, sweat, and tears, late nights, and frustration. And if you're looking at this, I want to make this clear, if you're looking at starting your own funeral home business because you want to be your own boss, create your own income, the lead I'm going to throw your way that can save you a lot of time is learn to build a leveraged business. Before you consider starting a funeral home business, learn how to create a highly profitable business model with a lower overhead. And my story with it goes back when I came across an individual who was building a business like this, making six figures, and they're doing so on the internet, which is not the only way to go. If I told you that, I'd be fooling myself. But they weren't doing a gimmick or a scheme. They were building a business and income on the internet, offering digital products and digital services, and they didn't even have to create them. And because they didn't do that, they weren't doing anything technical, without supplies, equipment, employees. I began to model and copy what they're doing because it was a profitable business model without shipping and handling. They didn't have to create their own product, and they're making six figures, all right. It was, from a business standpoint, attractive. So I modeled and copied them. It took me 90 days after that point to create for myself a full-time income business, working part-time. Haven't looked back since, and I share that with you because if you want to build a business to be your own boss, create your income where you can, you know, afford what it is that you want to do, whatever that passion is. Learn to build a business on the internet from a business perspective, all right? Even if it's not something you're passionate about, from a business perspective, talking to, businessmen and women here, all right, being an entrepreneur, if you want to create wealth for your family and you want to do so in a profitable way where you can afford the things that you want to do, whether that's to travel more, spend more time with your family, not work for another person, make an extra $1,000 a month, I would highly encourage you learn to build a business online. And because there's a lot of noise out there, find and connect with someone who's already doing it, okay? And it's what worked for me, so if it worked for me, it can definitely work for you. And if you have questions, comment below. But I hope you enjoyed this. I really do. And if you'd like to learn more information about building income and business online, if you're coachable and trainable and this made sense to you from a business perspective, you can always check out my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description below, and I will see you on the beaches of the world. Take care.